Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome to the next session of SST class. How was your Mother's Day? I hope you have made your Mother's Day very special one in this critical situation of lockdown by preparing a homemade cake or making a handmade greeting for her and even giving a helping hand to her in this time of crisis. So let's move forward now and let us to the bookwork of chapter number 3 of history that we have started, the age of farming, in which we have studied about the Neolithic age. The people, they became settlers, permanent settlers. They started domestication of animals, and we have learned that dog was the first animal to be tamed. Then we have learned about the various sites like Burzahum we have studied in Kashmir. Then we have studied about Daujli Heading in Assam. We have studied about Mehergarh in Pakistan, where our archaeologists have found the bones. Then they have found the traces of earthen pots, then fire pots that were being used by the Neolithic people. We have also studied about the invention of wheel, which led to the discovery of various types of pots that were used for storing grains and for cooking food. So I hope you remember whatever we have done. We have also discussed in this chapter the two main important tools of Neolithic age, that is mortars and pestles. So that was also discussed with you all. So with this we have finished the reading and explanation part of the chapter, and today we are going to discuss the bookwork of the same chapter so that the concept is more clear to you all. So let's do some of the bookwork. So it's on page number 26 of your books called over. So let's do the bookwork today and finish off the chapter. Question answers, of course, I'll be sending you the PDF file, which you have to do it in the notebook. So the first question is exercise number A in your books, and it starts with the multiple choice questions. So let us see the first one. The New Stone Age is also known as the dash age. So what age? It is Paleolithic age, Chalcolithic age, or it is Neolithic age. Yes, the New Stone Age. Neo means new, lithic means stone, so it is Neolithic age. So it is option number A for the first one, and you will just put your tick on option number A in the book. Coming to the second one, mortars and pestles were used for dash grains. Mortars and pestles, two important Neolithic tools. They were used for what? They were used for harvesting, growing, or for grinding grains. Obviously they were used for grinding grains, and it is option number C in your book, so put a tick on it. Next we have exercise B that talks of some of the fill in the blanks. Let's do this. Number 1, what is it? In the beginning of the Neolithic age, the earth's surface was covered with. So we have already done that till Mesolithic age or till ending of the Upper Paleolithic age, it was Ice Age. So it was in the beginning of the Neolithic age, it was simply the earth was covered with ice sheets, and then later on there was the shift in the change in the climate, and the people, they started growing crops. Okay, dash system was an early form of trade. We have done it. It is barter system, when the people started exchanging the goods with one another, and this system of exchanging the goods with one another is a form of trade and is known as barter system. So it is barter system, the first form of trade. Okay, dash gave rise to pottery making. What led to pottery making? Obviously it is the invention of wheel. With invention of wheel, we led to the pottery making. So it is invention of wheel. It led to pottery making. So with the help of wheel, we could make many different types of pots, like earthen pots that are used for storing food and for even cooking purposes, and for storing grains, obviously. Okay. Early humans built dash, which were dug into the ground with stairs inside them, and we have found the traces in Burzahum, that is in Kashmir. What was that called? House with stairs in the what is that called? Hole dug into the ground, that is pit house. Pit means hole. So it is pit house, that is a hole dug into the ground. Then we construct a house shape, and we have stairs in it to go inside the hut. Okay. Neolithic people used many kinds of dash pots. It is earthen pots. That is pots made up of baked clay. So this was some of the fill-ups that we have done. Coming to true and false, that is exercise number C in your books. Coming to the first one, wooden furniture was made by the Neolithic people. Is it true and false? Just tell me the answer. Wooden furniture, was it true? Furniture was there? No. So it is false. I'll write false F and true T. So next one, traces of houses are found in Gurgaon. Yes, we have done that. So it is true. Third one, cultivation of cotton started during the Neolithic age. Yes, we have done that. People have started growing cotton, and with that they have just started wearing clothes, especially the cotton clothes. So it is true. Coming to the fourth and the last one, wheel helped early humans to move faster. Yes, it is true. Obviously, when there was a development in the invention of the wheel, people started making bullock carts and they used to travel faster than before. So it is true. Okay, then again on the same page, on the answer the following, we have some more multiple choice questions. So let us do that. It is exercise number 8. So first one, the dash was probably the first animal to be tamed. Is it lion, is it cat, or is it dog? Yes, we have done it. Right, it is dog. So it is option number A in your books. Next one, Dowsley heading in dash is an important Neolithic site. We have read a full paragraph, last paragraph in the book. It is where? Where is it situated? Yes, it is in Assam. Okay, tea gardens. So it is either in China, no. Manipur, no. It is in Assam. So it is option number C according to the book. I hope you are doing it. Okay, then questions are there, short questions, long answers. So thoughts are there. With this, we finish this chapter, the book work. I'll send you the question answers in the form of PDF file, which you have to do it in the notebook. Then there is one more activity that is given on page number 27 of your books. What is it? Complete the crossword with the help of the clues given below. So one grid is given, you need to fill the grid. So in the book itself, for example, if we see the across clue, that is number 5, used for grinding grains. Across, if you see number 5, what is that which is used for grinding grains? We have done, there were 2 Neolithic tools that were used for grinding grains, and it is mortars and pestles. Since they have beginning letter N, so we will write here mortars. So this way we will do this grid. So this is your homework. I want you to do this. An important invention, if we talk about, what was it? Number 6, across, if we see, let's see the answer. It is wheel. I just discussed the answer so that you can just recall whatever we have done. Storing of these created a need of poetry. What is the need for storing grain? That is led to pottery. It is grains. Storing of grains led to the invention of pottery. Okay, down if we see people who move from one place to another, what are they known as? They are known as nomads. An important occupation during Neolithic age, if we talk about the important occupation, let us see the second option, it is farming. They started growing crops with the change in the climate, the weather. Okay, then a Neolithic tool, that is down, answer number 3, pestle. We have already discussed mortar, now it is starting with P, so it is pestle, Neolithic tool. House dug into the ground. What is it known as? The house dug into the ground. It is pit house. We have also done it in the fill-out. So this way you will complete this grid. And any of this can be asked in the form of fill-ups also. I can twist the question and give you. So let me tell you that from 25th of May, we are beginning with the first assessment of yours, that is online test. Objective test will be there of 20 marks based on the April syllabus that we have done. So start preparing yourself. We will be doing the practice of that, and we have already created your school IDs for every class and section in which you will be having your Google Classroom. So we'll be meeting there. All the assignments, all the things will be posted there, and you need to operate that using your school IDs. So next meeting, whenever we have, we'll be discussing over there. You will find your homework, assignments over there, and you just need to click on that link and just use that Google Classroom for understanding the concepts. So your test will be of 20 marks, objective paper will be there. Your date sheet and your syllabus will be uploaded soon, within 1 or 2 days. I'll be telling you that also, and then we'll be practicing for that in the upcoming videos. So then there is more exercise, that is picture reading. One picture is given in your books here. So observe the given picture carefully. Now circle the things which do not belong to the ancient area. You have to observe the picture carefully, and I want you to do this in the notebook. What you will do, you will observe the picture from here, and then in your notebook you will write down the things that you don't find in the ancient area. For example, in the ancient era, if we talk about, just see the types of clothes the man is wearing. Were they there in the ancient era? No. Then what is he carrying in his hand? Just observe. So this way you will closely observe the things or the picture, and you will make a list of all the things that you don't find in the ancient era. So this is your homework. I want you to do it. It is page number on 27. Read is your homework. Then again picture reading is your homework to be done in the notebook by observing the picture you looked at. So this is what you have to do from chapter number 3 of your history. So with this we finish this chapter. One more life skill question is there. Let us discuss that. Imagine that you have moved to a place where no food is available. How will you try to adjust at such a place? Pick the correct option. Go out on a hunt with your friends, or will you remain hungry? Then try to contact the neighborhood for help. What type of situation will you choose? Go on hunt with friends, obviously. If you have moved to a place where no food is available, ready-made food is not available, then what will you do? You can't remain hungry for long. Then you have to do something for yourself and try to contact the neighborhood. Supposedly if there is no food in the neighborhood also, or you can't find any neighborhood over there, it's all a lonely place, then what you will do? You will go for hunt with your friends. Yourself you have to do something. So this is option number A according to me. You have to take it according to you, and then you have to give your reasons also why you will opt that option. So this again I want you to do it in your notebook. So one more question, that is life skill is your homework to be done in the notebook. This is actually a value based answer. It's very interesting. If you attempt such type of questions, it sharpens your memory, and I will also come to know how you think in such a situation. So with this we finish our chapter number 3. But then there is one more page that I want you to read for yourself. So let's see an early method of making houses. We have learned that Neolithic people have started making houses for themselves, be it pit houses, be it mud houses. So let us see what type of houses they have made. Land was cleared, stones and pebbles were removed. So they cleared the land by removing the stones and the pebbles, whatever were there. Holes were dug, wooden poles were fixed. So what they are doing, as you can see in the first picture, they are digging the holes and then they are just fixing the wooden poles. So this way they started building their houses. Bamboo was cut into strips. Strips were then woven into mats. Then we have learned that they started using the woods from the trees, and with that they just started moving the mats on which they slept, on which they sat. So wood was cut into strips, as you can see, and then they are woven into the mats. Bamboo mats were fixed to the poles, and these bamboo mats, as you can see, the poles that they have fixed into the ground, then they have fixed these bamboo poles to create the circumference or the boundary of the house. Thin strips of bamboo were used to make the roof. Then they have just turned it into a house, into a roof by using the very small thin strips of the bamboo. Then grass was spread on the roof and then tied on to it. Then whatever grass they collected from the forest, they just spread it on the roof to give it the shape of a heart, and then they have tied it. Just see, as here you can see they have tied the grass and spread it on the roof of the bamboo sticks. Then the whole roof was placed on top of the poles and tied firmly. The walls were plastered with mud from inside and outside. As you can see, the walls have been plastered with mud. So this mud house, the first house that was used by men from inside and outside, so that it can keep them cool from inside, and outside it will be warm in winters. Mud was also used to plaster the floor. Then after removing the stones and pebbles, they just spread the mat. So they also first plastered it with the mud. The floor was also plastered. Have you seen such houses any of the villages? Obviously. Where do we find such houses? The kacha houses, we find it in the villages. Just so this type of house is ready to be lived by the ancient Neolithic man. So it is just made of bricks. Then they have used the mud. Then they have used the bamboo sticks. So this way they have started using houses. So this was all about chapter number 3. I hope you have understood the chapter. Bookwork also you have done, and the chapter is clear to you all. So next we will be taking up chapter number 4 from your history, and the name of the chapter is In the Earliest Cities, in which we will be studying about the Indus Valley Civilization, which is also known as Harappan Civilization, because Harappa was the first city that was to be discovered. So this will be doing all this. The Mohenjo-daro, we will be studying about Mohenjo-daro, the Harappan civilization or the Indus Valley civilization, what type of life was there. We will be studying about the great part. Then we will be studying about the city, which was divided into 2 parts, that is the eastern part and the western part. Then we will be studying about the great part, that is a bathing area. We will be studying about the town, the assembly hall of the lower people. Then the upper part will be studying. Then we will be studying about the sites, the various Indus Valley civilization sites that are there. So you will be marking them as we have done the Paleolithic, Neolithic and the Mesolithic sites in the map of India. We will be similarly marking the Indus Valley civilization sites in the Indian map. So all these things we will be covering up tomorrow in our coming video. But before that, I want you to just go through the chapter once. Just read the chapter so that the concept is clear to you all. And I will suggest you to watch the movie Mohenjo-daro. If you have heard the name Mohenjo-daro, there was a movie based on that. It's a very, very nice movie, and it is in English also and it is in Hindi also. Both the translations are there, and today only if I talk about it, was coming on one of the channels of TV. I could not see it, but then I have already seen it, and for you I want you to see it. If it's not available on any of the channels, then you can go to the YouTube and you can explore for yourself, Google it out, but then please watch the video for the better understanding of this concept. So I want you to see the movie. You will come to know what type of houses were there, what type of drainage system was there, what type of life was led by these Indus Valley civilization people. And why it is called Indus Valley civilization? Because the people first of all settled around the river Indus. So this way we will be covering this chapter. We will be reading it. I will do the explanation part, then the question answers will be done, and then I will be discussing the book. So all these things will be taking up in the upcoming videos. But before that, just go through the chapter once, read it nicely, and just go through the important dates that are there. When does it start? When does it come to an end? Why does it come to an end? And that also will be studying it in this chapter. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Stay